Personal finance segment, and Faye, this is April. Why talk about tax planning now?
Because, Nikunj, Happy New Year. It's a new financial year. And if
Who does tax planning in April?
I do.
You should, is what she's
You
saying.
should.
It's not about whether you do or not.
You know there is an email in your inbox right now from HR saying, give us your tax declaration for the year. And if you plan right now, think of what March will be like. It'll be so pleasant.
I can take holiday.
So that's what you have to do. You have to start right now. It is a new financial year. And if you make that plan right now, then, March is going to be pleasant and you won't have to stress out. So let's bring across Gajendra Kothari, Managing Director, CEO, Etica Wealth Management. Gajendra, thank you so much for joining us. We've begun a new financial year. A lot of our viewers would have just finished doing their last-minute tax plans. So tell us now, how important is it to start in the new financial year, plan right now, and not wait till that last minute?
So it's fairly simple because most of the companies do give you tax declaration forms wherein you're supposed to fill what all tax saving things you'll be going for this year. So you can decide well in advance, depending on your risk appetite, your preference, which options to go for. And you will also come to know how much PF is being deducted from your salary slips. So you have well in time, you can prepare for all of these things, and you can plan out you can chalk out your investment plan and start investing accordingly as per the plan, so that you don't have to wait for the last moment and do the things in a rush.
But that's true. One of the biggest advantages is that you can consider, carefully choose your investment. But the other advantage is making periodic investments through the year instead of having to, invest 1 lakh rupees in the month of February. What would you say, in terms of investing in the market is the benefit of making periodic investments?
Yeah, so when you make periodic investments throughout the year, you don't feel the pinch because a lump sum investment always makes your wallet very light, So when you do periodic investments, every month a small bit goes from your bank account and gets invested. It also helps you to plan systematically because you're not timing the market, you're there throughout invested. When you decide to do lump sum investments and you're doing it March 31st, whatever be the market levels, you have to enter into the market levels, and if at that time the market levels are very high, then you end up getting into the wrong side of it, and it may not pay off well to you over the longer term.
Well, of all the equity options available to us under Section 80C for this year, what would you recommend we start using right now, Gajendra?
So under Section 80C, you have a lot of options for equity investments. The first being the tax-saving mutual funds, which are 100% equity. So there the limit is 1 lakh rupees and the lock-in period is 3 years. You have a good track record to see in these funds, around 15 to 20 years track record is there, and all mutual funds offer tax ELSS schemes. Another option you have is the recently introduced thing called NPS, which is the new pension scheme, which do not have 100% equity, it has 50% equity, and that is linked to your retirement. So if you're willing to lock in your money until your retirement, then this can be a good option, and you can get the benefit of equity over a longer period of time. And the third option is the ULIPs plan, which is unit-linked insurance plans from the insurance companies, which gives you the option to invest in different asset classes, and equity is one of them. The advantage in ULIPs you have is the flexibility to switch from one asset class to another depending on the market conditions, which you may not get in other investment options. So based on your risk profile, based on your time horizon and other constraints, you can choose one of these 3 investment products.
All right, let's take a few questions. Well, Mohammed Latif has written in. He has an LIC policy worth 25,000 rupees. He also has health insurance. He's making 18,000 rupees every month. He wants to start an SIP of 2,000 rupees a month for a period of 5 years. He wants to know what sort of an SIP would suit him best. Now, 5 years shouldn't technically be all-out equity. Gajendra, what would you recommend he chooses?
So for Mr. Mohammed, I would suggest 2 options to him. The first would be a more safer option, because I don't know his risk profile. So if he has a time frame of 5 years, he can go for a debt fund which invests into bonds. So there is no equity element into the portfolio, and he can expect better returns than the fixed deposit over a 5-year tenure. So he can go for long-term income funds, because 5 years is a good time frame to see such kind of returns. If he is willing to take a little more risk, then he can go for either the hybrid funds which is mix of both equity and debt, or he can also choose from pure diversified equity funds, where the risk is a little more higher, but he can expect more returns over a 5-year time frame.
All right, let's take another question from Yasfir, who's written in. Now, he would like to start an SIP for his 2-year-old son. He has an investment time horizon of about 10 years. He's already investing in the HDFC Top 200. He wants you to give him one more fund, or tell him if he should just continue investing in this fund for now.
Sophie, I would first like to congratulate Yasfir for thinking about his son's future such early, because he has a long time to go, and I think if he starts investing 2,000 rupees right now, over a 7 to 10 years horizon, this money can be well utilized for his son's long-term goals. And equity mutual fund is the best way to go about such planning. Since he has chosen equity HDFC Top 200 fund, which is a good fund, he can continue to invest in this fund. And another option which I can suggest to him is Birla Sun Life Frontline Equity Fund, which again has a 10-year track record and has given fantastic returns compared to the benchmark, and it invests into the large cap companies, diversified companies in India. The another option with this fund is that you get an insurance component also with this fund. So in case something were to happen to him, his son would get both the fund value as well as the insurance amount, in any eventuality. So this would be my advice for Mr. Yasfir.
All right, time for one very quick question. Prahlad has written in. He wants to invest 5 lakh rupees for 3 months. Now, he says he's targeting higher returns than a bank fixed deposit, and he wants you to give him some options. So obviously there are better options than a bank FD. What would you like him to do, Gajendra?
So I think Prahlad has very little options when it comes to investing for this particular goal. He can invest into the ultra short-term funds, which has no risk, very little risk, and the best part about these funds is that he can withdraw the money whenever he wants to. And in the present scenario, the returns from these ultra short-term funds are much better than the bank fixed deposits post-tax. So he can choose from any of these short-term funds, which has a time horizon of 6 months to 1 year or so.